now we're going to look at another option. We've showed you Jeeps, vans, different pop-up campers, but towing a trailer is a great option. Now I'm here with Lifestyle Overland. If you're not following them, you should be. They're another family traveling around doing some really epic adventures. And your configuration is a Turtleback trailer towed by a Toyota 4Runner. Very reliable machine, I'm sure. And we're just going to ask them a few questions about why they chose that configuration, what it's like to live off the grid in this configuration, with everything being in the trailer as opposed to ours where everything's in the vehicle. So, and their daughter Caroline just makes the show. She is, when she comes on screen, everybody's smiling.
Yeah.
Hi, Caroline.
For just a minute.
So let's get into it. So yeah, why don't you first of all just show us your rig and explain what you like, what you do different.
All right, so this is a 2014 4Runner. This is what's called the Trail Edition. It's now known as the TRD Off-Road. The reason we went with this setup is because of all of the off-road capabilities. So it came with a factory rear locker, it has crawl control, it has multi-terrain select and A-track. So lots of different options for the off-road travel. And also Toyota, it's known for its reliability. It's legendary for that, and we've we've really put that to the test with this unit right here. And it's not been without its issues, and it's not been without needing some maintenance from time to time, but it's never left us stranded, not one single time. It's taken all of our abuse and came back for more. So
easy access to parts pretty much worldwide when you go with Toyota. That's what people are telling us. You don't have to ship in something necessarily. Almost every country you're going to find Toyota parts, so that's another benefit, I guess.
Exactly, and it shares parts with like the Prado, the Land Cruiser, the 150 Land Cruiser, the FJ Cruiser. So there's a lot of different vehicles that share a lot of the same components and stuff. So yeah, it makes it very available across the world. But
so this vehicle isn't a show. It's not sitting in a showroom like some this one gets used. You've been up to the
we didn't even wash it before we came.
Yeah. It's like ours. I think people like that. They want to see one that's functional and that a family's using and that can get you around.
Right.
It's not. It's all about functionality, and safety, and reliability when you're on the road with your family. So. Yeah, so let's
and comfort as well. Like we were looking at another vehicle that was not going to be accessible or easy to use for in and out of car seats or children going in and out of the back
FJ Cruiser
seat.
with the half doors.
Yeah, and so when we got into this, we were like, oh, this is comfortable too. So I think comfort is a major factor, especially for how much time we spend in our vehicles.
100%.
As well.
If you're not comfortable, you're not going to be having fun, and if you're not having fun, you're not going to want to keep going, and you want to keep going. There's a big world to explore, so that's a very good consideration.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So I see you have an awning on the side, which gives you some protection from the rain and the sun.
Yeah, so we have 23.0 Peregrine. It's 270 degrees of coverage, so that just adds to our shade and shelter for when it's raining for 3 weeks straight in Alaska.
I know the feeling.
But you know, we've done a lot of work. So a lot of electronics. So we have dual battery systems. We have an onboard fridge. It's massive, 67-liter fridge. You know, for being off grid for a week plus. You know, it's got enough food for us to carry with us. Selection of RAM mounts and radios, and we have tablets for navigation. Just bringing all those capabilities close at hand. And as far as like the suspension and stuff, we've got an Icon suspension. We've got 130,000 miles on now. And it's not been without its issues, but I tell you what, for the use that it's been through, it's rock solid. And so yeah, and then we also re-geared. So once you get heavy, you know, we got a steel bumper in the rear that's 250 pounds and fuel and things like that. We ended up re-gearing this eventually to 488s, and that just really made it a rocket ship. Even when we're towing a 3,100 pound fully loaded trailer, I can actually pass vehicles. And so all those little pieces just came together, and it's been a great platform.
Excellent. Well, let's take a look at the trailer as well. All right, so we're now in front of the Turtleback trailer. So tell us about this.
So we first ran across Turtleback Trailers 2015 at Expo West, and wasn't in the market for a trailer at the time. I was just blown away by the quality and the level of detail and all the stuff, all the functions that it had. And So it made our radar at that point, but we were still doing the totes and trying to remember everything. And then one day I forgot the air mattress and almost ended up in a divorce.
That's an important piece to
we were gone for 3 nights. That was a long
It
camping
was a
trip.
long time on the hard ground of New Mexico.
You won't forget that once, though, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was much cheaper to buy a trailer at that point. But no, seriously, what we needed was something at that time where we could be packed and loaded. So dedicated dishes, dedicated clothes, dedicated chairs, all ready to go, where we could just hitch up on a Friday afternoon, go to the grocery store, get out, get exploring. And it functioned really well for that. And then when we transitioned to full-time, having all the storage, 42 gallons of water, shower, hot water, all that stuff was a game changer. You know, because we could base camp.
Right.
We could go to like Denali National Park and set up base camp outside of the park, and then go inside. So things like that make the trailer definitely an advantage when it comes to that. Because otherwise, if it's on your vehicle, you want to go somewhere.
You got to pack down the whole vehicle.
Here we
Take
go.
your whole camp out.
So that's the main advantage to that, is having something ready to go and something that can be left behind.
Yeah.
So for cross-country travel in the States, sometimes like we're in areas where there's no camping, so we stop in a Walmart or something. With a rooftop tent, you can't really do that. So I guess that's just something to consider. If you're going to be moving through populated areas, you can't. They won't allow you to set up a tent, so you have to find something else. You just got to keep driving and find a wilderness area.
Or KOAs, things like that.
Yeah,
Usually you can find state parks and stuff. So because we've done that a couple times.
Oh yeah. We try to, every once in a while hit civilization, get back to a KOA, do laundry, take a shower, a hot shower. But you do have water. You said 40 gallons or so.
42 gallons, yeah.
And
And
then
a
how do you
6-gallon
heat
water
water?
heater.
Okay, and that's propane?
Yes.
Yeah, great. And this is your privacy tent?
Yeah.
And that swings off the front?
Yeah, so that just backs down in this bag and then it locks into place up against the trailer.
Nice.
Makes it quick and boy.
Yeah. You can use that for everything, not just a shower. Like
Right.
anything you require privacy.
Right.
That's perfect.
Paperwork.
A little light reading.
Spare fuel you carry on the back of the
So
trailer?
total we have 12 gallons of spare fuel between the vehicle. We're actually getting ready to move to a onboard tank for the 4Runner though, and get away
Like
from
mounted?
Yeah, so Long Range America
Yep.
has a lot of options. They're about to release one for the 5th gen 4Runner, so looking forward to switching that up.
That's something that we were talking to them as well for the Jeep. They have a fit under. So these are extended tanks that are actually mounted on the vehicle and just gives you that much more range. Some of them are 17 extra gallons.
Oh yeah, and I think the one that they're making for the 4Runner is around 30 extra.
Wow,
So,
I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, that's nice.
To be able to drive for.
So we've done, and we've gone to Alaska and places like that where, we told people just, you see a fuel station, fuel up. It doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
But having the extended range is just a bonus. We had jerry cans and all that stuff. But so there's something to consider as well. If you're going to do a long haul, especially in remote places, it's not a gas station on every corner, that's for sure. So something to consider.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, what's your favorite thing about the setup?
The kitchen. Yes. It's a great. There's so much space for organization and for storage, and then I love the partner steel stove and having instant hot water and everything. So my favorite. And the cooking spaces. There's 2 tables, so there's so much space.
It sets up in about 27 seconds.
Nice.
You can literally park, open the doors,
It's
turn
there.
the stove on.
Yeah,
And you got dinner. Yep.
that's not, food is one of the most important things.
Yes.
That's comfort and food.
Yes.
It's not so much the travel, we just want to eat outside.
And in the meantime, you end up going to amazing places. But it's all about the food.
It tastes better here.
It does. It does.
This beanies and weenies is real great at this Mountain View.
Everything tastes better outside.
It does.
That's
Absolutely.
it.
Bye.